Happy Saturday afternoon, my friends. What a Saturday it's been. Let's see, today's Saturday, April the 6th. This preparedness began yesterday, April the 5th, on Friday. Bud took off, attempted to go fishing yesterday morning, caught zero. I should have not give that away, because actually what we're about to see is actually yesterday's video. Now, it got late. I didn't end the video. I wanted to end it today since Grandpa and the whole crew's here. We're preparing for this gorilla hail that they're saying is coming in. Instead of Monday afternoon, I think they're saying Monday night, Tuesday, all day Tuesday. So we're looking at hailstorms, flooding, potential for tornadoes. And guys, gorilla-sized hail is nothing to play with. It's deadly is what it is. So, while I'm heating up our ham bone and beans per y'all's request, so instead of this video going out tomorrow on cooking ham bone and beans, what I did yesterday was I incorporated cooking. I incorporated what we were out there starting to do. So, enjoy yesterday's filming. And then when we come back, I'll show you what all we have gotten done today. Now, Buddy and Grandpa's headed to the dump, as I mentioned in yesterday's video, to empty the farm truck out so we can load some more stuff up and try to secure it so this storm doesn't blow it everywhere. And, oh, and I got a surprise for that tree that we had taken down. Yes, we got Mr. Larry's tractor this morning. So, a lot is happening to prepare for this, but I didn't want to leave y'all hanging without a video for tomorrow, Sunday. So, enjoy the ham bone and beans. Enjoy what we did yesterday. And when we come back, I'll show you what we've been working on today. And we're going to do a taste test. Gotta have a taste test. So, enjoy the next 25, 26 minutes. And I'll meet you back. Happy Friday, y'all. We're in the kitchen. It's 1:15 in the afternoon, and I was supposed to make this for our Sunday lunch, per y'all's request. Ham bone and beans. Well, plans just changed. We have a really good chance of gorilla hailstorm coming our way Monday midday. Now you're thinking, well, today is Friday. I could do this Sunday. But Sunday, it's all hands on deck, trying to do what we can to prepare for this gorilla hailstorm that seems to be pretty well on target for our area and many other areas in the Arklatex, as well as moving south Monday night into Tuesday and further south. So with that being said, I said, let me go ahead and do our ham bone and beans today. Get them cooked. We'll eat on them tomorrow because we have all hands on deck Saturday and Sunday. I'm concerned about my garden. We considered covering everything, but guys, I'm going to tell you, when you've got a hailstorm of this magnitude, it doesn't matter what you do, it's going to take it out. It could take the greenhouses out. So right now we have to concentrate this weekend on putting things underneath what covers we have, which consists of the awning out behind the sugar shack that's going to eventually one day be his shop. So we're trying to condense things under there this weekend. Trying to see what we can fit in the pockets of our carport that his truck and my vehicle will sit under. And he's out there mowing right now and, moving towards this weekend to work. So I said, let me hold to my promise. I can make the ham bones and beans today, and they'll be fine. Heat them up tomorrow, make some fresh cornbread or, I don't know, hush puppies, and we'll have a good, solid meal for tomorrow. And then Sunday, it may just be burgers, dogs on the grill, something, because Sunday's going to really be a day of getting everything together. And we got to make a haul to the dump tomorrow morning because our farm truck is full. That's where we put all the junk that's got to go to the dump. and it's full, so we're going to make a trip to the dump in the morning. So today is going to be the ham bone and beans. Now, you can use any beans, pintos, kidney beans, great northern beans, butter beans. But I asked everyone, and they said they wanted the 15 bean soup. So I've had them soaking all morning. Now, it comes with this ham package. I will be chunking this because I have the ham, and this is very salty. But if you're not using a full ham bone, this makes great flavor. So we're going to do the 15 bean soup, and it's just not beans and ham bone. We're adding tomatoes and some lemon juice and a lot of good stuff, a diced onion. So I'm going to discard this that came with this package. So the first thing we got to do is we got to let our ham bone cook an hour and a half to 2 hours. Yes, all by itself. Bring it up to a slight boil. We're going to turn the heat down, let it simmer, but I'm going to walk you through it. And in the meantime, see that bowl right there? That's my beans that's been soaking. So, sorry. Did y'all see that gnat? So I'm just going to let them keep soaking. And when I get ready to put them into this hot brine, this goodness is what it's going to be, then we'll rinse them. But right now, I'm going to drop you down, and we're going to get this ham bone cooking an hour and a half to 2 hours. And that ham's just going to come off of that bone. And when it does, I'm actually going to remove the bone. I won't need it any longer because all the goodness is going to come off of it. And here is that ham bone. You can see pieces of ham hanging off. All of that's going to come off into that broth. Now, I'm going to go put some water in here. Okay, I've got my water just barely covering the ham bone. Actually, the water's right here. The tip is right here. Just barely covering it because this water, oh, I got to turn the right eye on. Once I get this to a boil, and I'm going to add a couple of bay leaves. These are bay leaves that I actually harvested in May of 2020. This is my last bag. I think I had 3 gallons at one time. I'll put some good sized bay leaves in here. Here's one. So I'm going to add 2 bay leaves. That's going to give it great flavor. And before I add my beans, I will fish them out. Okay, we are where we want to be. I'm going to vent it. I'm going to turn it down to about a number 2. And once that water settles down, I'm going to put the lid on. But I don't want to do it right now because it'll spill over. So as soon as it settles down to a low, low simmer, we're going to cover it, and I'm going to let it sit an hour and a half. You're not going to lose your water that away. Now I see it's starting to settle down. And that's what I want. And it'll settle down even more. So the lid's going to go on. I'm between a 1 and a 2. And I'm going to walk away for an hour and a half. I don't even have to come and check, guys, because I know I'm not going to lose any water. So since this weekend had change of plans, getting ready for this possible gorilla hailstorm, we're going to go out to the garden. So we're going to combine this along with the garden. Let me take a peek again. I'm good. And a facial, love a facial. But I'm actually going to up pot, if you will, some tomatoes that we had started from seed the second round, remember, on March the 5th. So I'm going to go ahead and set y'all up. We're going to up pot these tomatoes. These are a gift for Miss Allison. She's actually coming down from New York to see her daughter in South Texas. And on her way back home, her and Trevor, her son, is going to stop in like they did last year and spend some time with us, and then get back on the road and head home. So I'm going to go ahead and get her tomatoes. I think there's some peppers. I don't know what all I've got. I do believe I have a watermelon too. We're going to find out what I have, and I'm going to, especially the tomatoes, I'm going to get them up potted. So my mind says in the next 3 weeks, they should really get some height and goodness going. So by the time she gets home in New York, where they'll just be putting plants in the ground about like this. She's going to have some like this. And I'm going to go ahead and place them, moving up to the storm, in the garage. I mean, there's not much I can do to my garden, but if I can save her plants, then I'm okay. And the ones that I don't plant just yet, because I wanted to plant the rest of the tomatoes, but I'm going to hold off. I'm going to move those into the garage as well. So if something happens, I do have some plants to fall back on. But guys, I'm kind of worried, you know. I'm more worried about this than I am, say, a tornado, even though they're both, you know, destructive. Hail of this magnitude can cause so much damage. So we're going to go out and we're going to up-pot some plants for Miss Allison. And then we'll come back, and the hour and a half should be over, and we'll move to the next step. So we're just going to have a fun-filled day together. This is what we're going to choose from. A lot of tomatoes. They need to be planted or up-potted. So we're going to choose from these, going by my garden planner book, and see what we have. Got to get my tags out and my marker. But I did something for myself, guys, for this garden season. Y'all know how my hands are. I did order these. Now, they were $11, so it wasn't bad. But I ordered these garden sleeves. They have the thumbprint in. I want to show y'all. I've already tried it on. And I'm going to tell you what. I really hope this protects my arms, because y'all know how thin-skinned I am. You know, I know it doesn't look good on camera, but, you know, what do? You know, you just appreciate you're still living. So, but anyhow, what do you think? And look, I picked out flowers. Yes, I got to keep the girly in me, but I like that it has the open thumb and it protects my arms. I'm really looking forward to this. Now, I won't use them to up-pot, probably should, but I wanted to share that with y'all. They got a great elastic band. You just wash them, hang them to dry. But they were $11.99 on Amazon. They have a bunch of them, but I went by the reviews, and these had 25,000 views with 4.5 stars. The 5th star had color on it. So they come in this nice little bag. But I wanted to show y'all, because when I'm out in that garden, I will be using these. So yeah, Lippy finally got her some garden sleeves. So let's see. The first one we're going to do is the number 7. And that is the Chef Orange, which is an indeterminate. Oh, there's grit. I want that laying on my arms. There, I'll just do, well, it's still gonna lay on my arms. So I'm gonna mark Chef Orange on this, and I'm gonna put oh, I already opened it. I'm gonna put an I, meaning it's indeterminate. Chef Orange, and I put the I over here. So she knows it's an indeterminate. So that's the first one we're gonna up-pot. Boy, it's pretty, isn't it? And these seeds started on March the 5th. So not even 4 weeks ago. And remember, I started them in this sale. Boy, they look good. Okay, now, where's all my stuff? Let me get myself set. I don't know what size this is. Oh, it's a 2 quart, so it's gonna be plenty. I don't even remember what was in here. Oh, a Rammy plant farm. This was some that we picked up from a friend of ours that does nursery work, and when they plant stuff, they just throw them away. Well, he brought us a bunch, because I was like, yeah, I don't know that company, but it's a 2 quart, so it's gonna be fine till it, you know, gets in its permanent spot. But the first thing I'm gonna do is get some soil in here, and then I'm gonna put fertilizer, and I'll show you what I'm gonna use. What are you doing, bud?
What are you doing?
I'm planting Allison's plants.
Planting up Allison's plants?
Yep.
Yeah, got my good read. You need something to drink?
Yeah. I want a Gatorade.
Yellow, red,
I don't like yellow.
yellow.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take a sweet treat. Okay, I've got it not even half full. I may have to take some out. I'm undecided. Yep, I'm gonna take some out. I mean, y'all pretty well know how to up pot. I just wanted to share this with y'all. Okay, let me show you the fertilizer. I'm gonna choose this Dr. Earth. That's a 463. Because if y'all remember, I'd already come back with a little bit of garden tone, and I had went half mass, meaning half dilute of the Miracle Grow when they started coming up. So I think this is going to be great going into this container because I'm going to concentrate on the phosphorus to really allow it to come on up. I just hope they don't grow too big by the time she gets here in 3.5, 4 weeks. So this is what I'm going to be using. Boy, I tell you what, these fuzzies have come all the way up to here. Oh, and it's wet too, which is good. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to go deeper. Thanks, bud.
Yeah.
He brought me something to wet my whistle. I told him to bring me a Gatorade. Now, it's not even in this pot. Yeah, there he goes. Now, I am gonna break down some of this dirt that was around it because it's wet. It's, y'all, I brought a glove out here. Oh, well. Okay, yeah, that's gonna be perfect. Bring the soil up to here. Ooh, there's a bee. I think that's gonna be perfect. And now that I know where that's at, I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit actually in the pot. Not much, guys. I'm talking about a sprinkle. That's all it's gonna need till she does what she needs to do. You saw that. All right, now I gotta get some more dirt in here. I mashed it in really good and then I topped it off with more dirt and I'll get it watered in. That looks good. So that's one down, that's a chef orange. And how many more to go? 9 more to go. So one down. It's 3:05, so it's been going an hour and a half. Whew. And we got a lot done in an hour and a half. I'm gonna take y'all back out there since this is gonna be a back and forth kind of video. All right, lid's coming off. I'm gonna drop you. We gotta fish those bay leaves out. Remember, I don't wanna leave them in there. Okay, let's see if I can fish them out. I should be able to find them. Oh, there's one right there. Okay. There we go. Perfect. Now I want y'all to look at that beautiful stalk. Can you see that? Now my meat hasn't all the way come off, I see. So I am actually going to leave this bone in. Yeah. I see a whole lot of bone marrow in there. Oh, that's coming off. Oh yeah, it's getting tender. I could let it go 2 hours, but we got to get this done. Now, I did rinse and drain my beans. They soaked for 6 hours. Get all that goodness out. We normally do pinto beans with our ham hock. Sometimes we do Great Northerns, but Mr. Buddy wanted the 15 bean, and that's what he's going to get. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it up to about a number 4. There's a number 4. Let me get the lid. And I'm going to vent the lid. And when I see where it's bubbling, in other words, not just going crazy bubble, then I can leave it on the number 4 and I'm going to close the lid back on. And I'm going to let these go an hour and a half. We're not seasoning yet. We're not adding tomatoes yet. We're not doing anything. We got to get these beans tender because if you don't get your beans tender, it can't absorb all that flavor. I'm sure you've seen dry beans and boy, you just season it. Next thing you know, all the seasoning stuck to the pot. It's because the beans didn't absorb it. And this gives me time to take y'all out there. We still got an onion to chop. Yes, we still got to chop an onion, tomatoes. But I'm going to check this while I'm getting me a cup of coffee to make sure it's not boiling. And then we're going to go outside. So 1 hour, hour and a half went by. We got another hour and a half. That'll be at the 3-hour mark. Because, guys, we're going for 5 hours. Y'all asked for the ham bone bean recipe. And here's Allison's beautiful tomato plants. Now, I did put straw on them, watered them in good. So any leaves that's kind of laying over, it's not going to touch the dirt like that one right there. But they're standing already back up, and it's only been about an hour, I would say. But let me show you what we've been working on. Okay, we're getting the shade cloths put on. Now, I did have Buddy go down a little bit lower on this end and not this end because that points to the southwest, and that's where the evening sun comes in really hard, afternoon, evening. And this is that 40% shade cloth, just like we did with the string tomatoes last year. See that shade cloth there? We get it in 100-foot rolls. It's 6 by 100. I'll see if I can link it. It's very affordable, guys. But we had this already. We didn't have to purchase any of this. We already have all our cattle panels. And they are running, let's see, 6 buckets down. So how many feet is this one arch, Bud?
15 foot.
All right, 15 feet is this arch. And this one's going to end up being how long, Bud?
That one will be probably 20.
20 feet of arch. So that's not too bad. Not bad at all. Okay, while he's over there tying it, the shade cloth, remember the okra that I planted last Sunday? Well, I planted 2 to a hole because I wasn't sure about the germination. Well, they're both coming up, guys. Here's 2 more, so I will have to choose the best one when they get a little bit taller and discard one. But they're all germinating. What did I say? I had 36. So I'll end up, no, I had, 36. So I'll end up with 18 okra plants, Lord willing. Some life with the pink eye top picks. There's another one coming up. The contender's coming up. There's another contender. But these 3 beds with the jade, no germination. So I'm going to give it another week. If I do not see germination, I will come back and either plant the Blue Lakes or plant more contenders. Because time's not on my side to get them in there. So if I don't see germination the next 4 or 5 days, I'm going to reseed. Real quick, our cucumbers are coming up. We got good germination. I've got germination with the market more, but nothing here, so I'll probably have to reseed again there. Now, Mr. Buddy is working as well on putting us some bird netting because the birds is wanting to take our strawberries. Now, Buddy did eat 2 of them this morning, and he said they are super, super sweet. But let me go down in here. They're nice sized strawberries, guys. And there's a couple of them that's going to be ready tomorrow. But he did eat 2, and about 6 of them, the birds had done pecked. So he's trying to get these hoops made so we can put our bird netting. But the problem he's having is the connectors, screwed or glued, they're not bending. Isn't that what you said, Bud? Didn't you say that the center is not bending?
Yeah, it's too much bend.
It's too much bend. So for that connection, so he's got to come up with something else. But knowing Buddy, he will. Here's a sneak peek at our onions. And I have been going in and kind of wringing the dirt around them. I planted these radishes about 4 or 5 days ago. Let me get these gumballs out of here. And they're starting to come up in this bucket as well. But the gumballs are beating them down. So, yeah, we got to come up with a solution for the gumballs. It's 10 minutes to 5. We're back in the kitchen, and this is what I was talking about. That meat comes off that bone. Okay. I have checked. All the bone is out of the beans. Oh yeah, they look perfect. They're starting to get tender. And this is when we want to start seasoning them with 14 ounces of diced tomatoes. I'm going in with a heaping teaspoon of garlic. Now, instead of cutting up cutting up an onion, I'm going to actually just add some onion powder. I'm not even going to cut an onion, so that way I don't have to sit there and cook it, because I should have done it at the start. I'm going to add my swamp mix. This is a Cajun seasoning. I can't really tell you how much. I'm thinking a good teaspoon, some on the stove. I can tell by color. Oh yeah. I'm going to add some voodoo dust. Now I go heavy-handed with the voodoo dust, guys. I'm going to add white pepper instead of black pepper. We're going to add about a teaspoon of chili powder. Going in. Great flavor, guys. We're going in with some kosher salt. A good teaspoon. And as they start getting tender, I'm going to test the juice, because remember that ham had some salt in it. So I'm going to start off with a teaspoon. I almost forgot my lemon juice, guys. It says to use equivalent to 1 lemon. I don't have a lemon, so about that much. A good glug. If you're doing the 15 bean soup. If you were not doing 15 bean soup, you would not added the tomatoes or the lemon juice or the chili powder. You'd have wanted onions, garlic, salt and pepper to taste for your normal beans. Okay, can you see a little bit of the bubble coming? I'll zoom in at this point. And that's what I'm looking for. So I'm just going to stir it in. Put the lid on. I am going to go down to about 3.5, another hour and a half. I told you, y'all asked for this. But guys, this is going to be decadent. Decadent. But you saw what we did out in the garden. Well, I got bean juice on my stove. I got to wipe that off. So that's what we've been doing. You know, it was already planned. We're going to try to stay with a positive attitude, but we're very limited on what we're going to do. We questioned putting up the shade cloth, but my mind, I know it may rip, but since it's on a plastic type material and not a solid, maybe, just maybe, if it just breaks the shade cloth and not hammer down on the plants. I mean, either way we go, we got to do what we can do. You know, anticipating it coming, what can we do to protect the plants? There's not many we can protect, but the ones that have the cages, we're going to do our best, you know, and just pray about it, because it's not just us here. It's thousands upon thousands of people that's about to be hit. And I tell you, I'm concerned about these ones that are planned to travel chasing this solar eclipse thing, getting kids out of school and going to see it. Guys, if this gorilla hell comes in like they're suspecting, these people and their children could be in the middle of a storm that they may not even know nothing about. They may have not paid attention. And that's the ones that I worry about, because they're not in cover if the storm comes and they're not aware that this is on the way. That's the ones that really worry me. At least we're in a house, you know, provided the tornadoes don't come. It's still on the low end so far. If we do, that'll be through the night. Nocturnal tomatoes. I have tomatoes in my brain. Tornadoes. But they're not saying that it's in a high category, so I'm going to stay positive on that. But in an hour and a half, we'll come back, look at the beans, and I'll probably then just end the video, because we won't be eating these tonight, but at least you can see the texture. I won't be making the cornbread till in the morning, because I want it fresh. But the smell of these beans. But yeah, this is all the fat and the bones. I'm just going to let it cool. I'm going to put it in like a Walmart bag, tie it up, chunk it in the trash. Y'all, it's some hot out there. I'm just going to tell you. But I got my afternoon coffee going. And I'm going to do a taste test. And I'm talking about a taste test. And then we're going to go out there because we've done even more improvement, protection, however you want to label it. But Buddy come up with an idea for that strawberry bed. So I felt like let's add this to the video because it may help some of y'all. So that's almost done. I want you to see how creamy this is. Isn't that beautiful? Willie's crying. He wants some too. It's not too hot. Y'all, would they know if I ate my lunch first? I mean, you could drink it. There is nothing no better. Plus, I let these cool down. I put them in the ice box. Then I just warmed them up on low. The flavor set in. They're tender. This is out of this world. But now, if you want to do navy beans, great northerns, pintos, kidney beans, you would start it the same way. You would add an onion. Y'all see I forgot yesterday. You would add your onion. You would omit the tomatoes. You would omit that little bit of lemon juice. And you would just proceed to cooking them. But you have to get that good broth going. 1.5 to 2 hours. You could go, if it's a big bone with a lot of it, you could go 4 or 5 hours on low. And all that meat would fall off. But make sure you remove the bone, gristle, and all of that. And then just proceed with your beans because I soaked mine for 6 hours. It's really just that easy. But 15 bean soup, I think, rates #1, then Great Northerns, and then Pintos. And I can see why my family loves this. So let's grab our coffee. Let's go see what we've been doing outside. Guys, I mean, it's a crapshoot, right? For all of us. Now, y'all, I tried to catch him as they was putting this part on, and I'll show you the rest of them. But I'm going to let Buddy explain just this one side, what the height and what he's doing.
Well, I tried. I don't know if y'all remember the other day she said something about it, I think.
The wind's
But
blowing.
I can take a 10-foot piece of Schedule 40 and get it to bend and go all the way. Then I can't tie them together in the middle, so they'll be wobbly. Even if you stake them solid, they ain't stout. So I needed a runner all the way down the middle. So I got some T's I had, and then I got some crosses, and then I got some T's. And so I ended up, I broke a T trying to bend it. Realized that this wasn't gonna work, even though it's Schedule 40. It will not handle the pressure. So I just got some 45s. Put 145 here, 145 here. Kind of made it where it won't hold water. You got about 12.5 inches across the top, but you'll have a support here. So that'll make it shed water until winter time or something like that. It's only gonna have bird netting on it anyway. Winter time, if we need to greenhouse it up, then if I need to put a little more support in it, I'll come off this 2x right here with a 2x up to here.
I'm gonna back up so they can see the whole thing down here. Oh, that wind, I'm sorry guys.
That wind's rough.
So is this gonna get you a visual? That's why I wanted him to do one section with y'all in case this was something you would be interested in doing. And show them how you, let me see, how you stake these posts, these poles.
Well, these poles are just slid into
They're slid into the
tin.
The tin.
Where it's on the side, just slid them right down into the tin. It's all screwed to the lumber, so they won't go anywhere. Once it gets all in there and gets secure, it'll be stable.
And you're putting braces in.
Yeah, and then if you need to, all you gotta do is pop them apart. You can cut that joint right in the middle and put you a coupling if you need to take them all out.
And let me show you this end. This is what they're doing. See, all the way down. This is going to be nice. So we can put the bird netting for the strawberries. Because I just plucked another strawberry that a bird got a hold of. But I see one here. There's about 5 or 6 that's turning on. And I don't want the birds to get them. Okay, I'm over here hoping I'm breaking the wind. Where y'all can hear me. But we have this section completed. And this small section completed. And remember, envision this row being buckets, and we will be doing the same thing that we did here all the way around the perimeter of the garden. It will be double buckets with the cattle panels and the shade cloth. This will then become our fall and winter greenhouses. And I think it's going to work, unless we get an Arctic freeze. But I think a lot of our brassicas and all will do just fine, because we will leave this on the shade cloth, wrap it in a heavy bisqueen. I don't know what the weight of it is, but it can tell y'all. And try to grow underneath these panels. And we can utilize the greenhouses for all of our fruit trees that will remain in mineral tubs to get them out of, you know, the winter weather. Now, if you see smoke behind me, that's because it's smoldering in that washout, that old koi pond. That's where we've been burning stuff. And right now it's real smoldering. It ain't going nowhere because we burned it yesterday, I think, or the day before. But it's just got a lot of smoke. He goes over there and he checks it. And of course, he'll be watering any, you know, fire, whatever they call them little fire brims, or y'all know what I'm saying. It's a Lippy language. But embers, that's what I was trying to think of, embers. He will wet them down really good. But yeah, this is what we've got going. And we still have tomorrow, because we can't finish today, no way. We started at 7 this morning, 6:45, 7. So we got another full day of this, and we just have to see what happens. I mean, that's all we can do. Some of you may say, well, why did you do all of this? Well, if we get pea-size hail, that at least is going to protect our plants. I mean, you have to do something. If you don't do anything, then you have to question yourself. So we decided, which we were going to do it anyway, but we didn't want to wait. And I'm very pleased with what all we've got done. But you see this wind's kicking up. We're supposed to have 30 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts today, which is crazy because the storm's not, it's still 48 hours out. But this is that front that they're calling it. So yeah, I'm not liking it, but you know, I just want people to be safe. Everything else is replaceable, lives are not. So if you're going to be out chasing the eclipse, be mindful of the area and where these storms are. But as always, stay safe, stay well, and God bless. And I will see y'all on the next one. And that's probably going to be Monday or Tuesday morning, giving you an update. I don't know. We may have to do some more stuff Monday. We're going to do what we can, get the generators and stuff like that going. And just hunker down. That's all we can do. But until the next one, I love y'all.